Hello, hello, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna wait a little bit more, see if there are a couple more viewers joining in, and in a couple of minutes I'll go live with coding. Hey, how's everybody doing? So, here's what I've done so far. Last time I streamed, I left the game with having been able to use stats from a JSON file for the characters, so the characters could have different stats. The stats for the kind of game we're working on is we need like jump strength, how many frames does it take to charge your jump, and your gravity and different stuff. Right now we have two characters on the game. You have no chance to choose between them, but uh, here's how it is. Hey, hola, how you doing? And you can see we have Hip, which is the rabbit, and I, the panda girl. So, if you were following, doing, ¿cómo estoy? Estoy muy bien, muchas gracias. ¿Cómo estás tú, Mohast? Uh, I've changed a bit of the layout for the battle arena since I doesn't have such high jumps. Makes it better to have like smaller spaces she can jump between. I also fixed the bug of, I'm gonna show it with Hip, you no longer like get stuck or wrap around coming from top and appearing from the bottom. Game looks great, thank you. Uh, the new background that I'm using is a sketch from Funky. It's not gonna be final, of course, but it's something like the layout and the aesthetic is going for. Again, it's a sketch, but it's better than Townsville that we were using as a placeholder. So that's what we're going for. And you might have noticed that when I charge my jump, I get the squash and stretch, but I also get a little shake the closer I am to maxing out. And it's like, I don't know if the frame rate helps to show this, but my boy is shaking. And also when they jump, they have a little like stretching bong. There you go. Still having some weird edge cases, literal edge cases when it comes to jumping. Cause like it's a funky sketch. It is, and again some small bugs that I still need to be tweaking, small jank, but it's looking really smooth. Anything with enough lerping and enough tweening, you get like super great results. And it's a single sprite. It's ridiculous how much you can get out of a single sprite just by adding, yay, just by adding enough squash and stretch and just messing around with that. Reminds me of my home city, El Barrio. Yes, the idea is to be like super urban, and I think Funky's nailing the style uh, in a great way. And I'm gonna be working on adding, as I mentioned, some pizzazz to all of this. It already has a lot. Like the shake does a lot when it comes to this, and the little stretch when they jump also does. I want to add like a little trail, like a spark trail, if you will, for when they jump. Squish, yes. And so they, so you know what your trajectory looks like, and you can then assess how high either your character or somebody else's character will jump when fully charged or mid charge or whatever, as a way of communicating, again, your capabilities more properly. Might be redundant, I don't know. Will it look cool? Probably, and that's what I'm going for. Does it sound good? Because I changed the gain of the microphone. I'm still using like the microphone from the laptop. I don't have a specific microphone for this. And if you notice that either I'm too loud or too soft, just let me know. All right, let's get to it. So what I did is this is Jason? No. Let's check out the production. So this is what I'm using as a production sheet. What is done is I did the JSON loader yesterday, the keyboard mapping, and it's out now decoupled from the actions, so I can just map with whatever keys I want. That is not available for players right now, but the idea is to have the available for players, like a classic, just prompting you to, hey, what's going to be jump left, what's going to be jump right, and players pressing the key they want to use and just having that. Basic movement, we already did. Landing on opponents, we already did. Jump through platforms, done. Solid walls, done. Gamepad mapping, I'm leaving it to later. And I don't really have I have a PlayStation 4 gamepad around. But I'm going to leave it for later. I'll see about that later. So, implementing art and animations, yeah, that, exactly. It's something that it's ongoing. Same with the special move from the character state machine, the music, the special move from hip, the list of specials, and the arena 1 level design. These are all ongoing and probably gonna be ongoing for a while, so I'm gonna leave them at that. There's a lot of backlog to be determined too, and what we talk with the team is like right now it's not necessarily a priority to tackle any of these particular tasks. So eventually I will have to tackle menus. It's not going to happen today. I would rather go into more visual pizzazz for the game, and that's what I'm going to do today. So something I'm considering based on the real estate that the game can have, like the battle arena real estate, if you will, is I will probably drop the hazards, like the rolling ball or the spikes that I have written here. I don't know if you can read this. I'm going to zoom in. So I wrote this down as an idea for... Whoa. Nope. There we go. As an idea for obstacles and hazards for the levels. Levels are big enough for players to move around and handle their positioning, but I don't think they're big enough to have specific hazards that would be one-hit kills. So I'm probably gonna drop the spikes and the rolling ball. Moving platform is something that I already have, so I'm gonna go with... No, it's assigned to me, of course, but it's done. Instead, I'm gonna go more into something that just messes... What about a hazard like a bumper? Yes. That is something that I was considering. It's not necessarily a hazard, but more of a just messes with your positioning. Because what I was going to say is the game, for now, appears to be leaning towards you have to know your position. You have to play with your positioning in the battle arena. So anything that messes with your positioning is already enough of a hazard on its own, and something that can be a one-hit kill can be more too annoying for that. As a platformer, I get it. Yeah. This is my first time doing a platform fighter, if I'm being honest. So a lot of this might be obvious for people that work on platform fighters. I've have a lot of Smash Brothers on me, but I haven't thought about it too much as something behind the curtain, and it's nice to see that the game, it's already speaking to me in terms of design as you shouldn't go this way, you should try going this other way. Her position is a Trojan horse. Come on, man. And probably conveyor belts are going to be something interesting to do, considering that you must stay stuck in place when charging, and having a conveyor belt or like a water current or whatever moving you also messes with your spacing, but does not imply a KO. And that's kind of like the big difference that I'm sensing in terms of design of what the game is trying to tell me design-wise, if you will. And I'm going to lean into that. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Like, the level as it is right now is looking more towards what could be a final layout for a relatively basic level. Moving platforms might be too fast, or maybe there are too many, or maybe there's another possibility of a level that has no moving platforms at all, the equivalent of Final Destination or what is it? Battlefield from Smash Brothers, right? So it's like basic bitch levels and then some interesting levels, and based on some sort of obstacles and hazards, but hazards leaning more towards messing with your positioning and not messing with your stock, right? Let me know when your game is in a state where you feel PlayStation would be good. I can give it a look. I mean, sure. I'm very much into ongoing iterations, and I have no issue if you want to try the current build. That it's very different than this one, of course, but feel free to just try if you have any time. Of course, I'm not gonna force you to try all the iterations, of course, but as it is now, it still needs some work. And but if you just want to test it out, it's already on itch. This build, whatever comes out of today, is going to be a build that's going to be up on itch, because I haven't uploaded a build in a while, and I want to do that just to enforce the idea of making iterations as public and as often as possible. Gotta talk. Good. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Crimson. Have a good one. So, and while I'm at it, while I'm gonna be like working on the game and working on the pizzazz and feedback and whatnot, something that should be open on the table and on chat is I've been around video games for quite a while. So if you have any questions about game dev in general, not just what I'm doing right here, feel free to do so on chat. That's kind of like the idea of being like a back and forth, like radio talk show, if you will. So yeah, I'm gonna go into some feedback. Feedback as in the characters doing stuff to communicate the player that something has happened. I'm gonna check on my notes as to what I said to the team that I was gonna go into. Yes, I'm gonna do better implementations of the specials, and then I'm gonna add more pizzazz. I'm gonna do about that. I'm gonna do the specials implementations, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna go with that first. So what's happening is, give me a minute. So what's happening is, right now the specials are very like limited. I'm gonna try do this with I, and then boom. The idea of I's special was that she would either maintain momentum or change slightly her momentum on the direction she was going when she fires her heart, right? And the idea is, right now she just stops in place. That's what is happening right now. Because of that, is she changes the state from jumping either right, left or right to a state called special, but simulating a left and right press depends on being on a state of jumping left or right. Might sound abstract when I'm discussing it in air, but I'm just going to show you. I believe it's in player. I renamed the event sheet that I just called EV input, because it turns out it has a lot of the player stuff in general, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And you can see here, like, every frame, this is not particularly good, but gets the job done. Every frame, if for every actor, as in every player, If the state is jump right, I'm going to simulate pressing right. If the state is jump left, I'm going to simulate pressing left. I'm going to do the same and then make the exceptions for state special. What I do not know is what the current direction is. So what I could do is ask, have a local variable, which is sign, speed sign, if you will. And I'm going to define speed sign with the sign of the current vector. So it's platform vector x. That is going to give me either 1 or -1. With that value, what I'm going to do is ask later what it is. So compare variable. No, compare variable. There you go. If speed sign is greater than 0, then I'm going to simulate right. If the speed sign is greater than is less than 0, I'm going to simulate left. Now, what I'm going to do is I have, I believe, character specials here. Character specials, there you go. So what is happening right now is I change the maximum speed, I change the acceleration. I don't want this. I don't want to change the acceleration. I do want to change the max speed. I'm gonna have to review that, because this implies that when Hip finishes his special, he's gonna reset to a speed that is not his assigned speed from the JSON. This is a bug. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yes, this data should reset from JSON defaults, exactly. So I'm gonna do a big ass to do. I'm gonna change the color so I can see it. Change background colors to yellow. That way it will fucking burn my eyes so I can see it for later, right? So who's around? It's Funky and it's Mohouse. Thank you. And let's see if this worked. I'm gonna try first with she should shoot. Oh, she maintains the momentum and she does a little jump. That's cool. It's kind of what we're going for. If you're watching Funky, is this what you had in mind? Like charge, jump, boom. She keeps the same speed now. We can change that to be a part of her speed and not all the speed. And we can even go the other way around, but I don't think it's what you're looking for, which is make her actually faster after shooting. But no. And have some weird things going on with those platforms, but let's go with that. Bye. Boom. Yeah, this is something I noticed now that I mentioned this, because if I do short hops, I get this weird animation. It looks cool, but it's a bit too exaggerated for the short hop it's doing. So what I'm probably going to do is the squash and stretch for jumping, I'm going to tweak it so it looks, the stretching is dependent of how long you held the jump one. Oh, that was weird. That's cool. Okay, there's a bug there. Good to know. Good to know. Maybe it's too fast. Maybe the movement is too fast and messes things up. So, oh, did I lose my Trello? I'm gonna go with Trello. Where's my Trello? No. My Funky Game Jam. There we go. So I'm gonna have a bug which is short hops on vertical moving platforms cause weird shenanigans. I don't know if it's misspelled. It's probably misspelled. I don't care. It's just I need to write it down so I remember about it later and can test it and see how that works. To do, it's going to be a tweak. And jump stretch should scale based on how long you held the charge button. That way you don't get those snappy jumps and sharp hops. And so for today, it's like tweak. Improve special for eye and hip. This is what we're doing. And what we're going to do is add a trail for jump arcs. And maybe some landing dust. Landing dust. Landing dust, and I'm gonna like hit stop. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do all of this today, of course, but just to have them listed. Hit stop on kill, if you will. Enemy kill animation. What I mean by enemy kill animation is that when a character lands and player lands on their opponent, that opponent has to have like a small animation. What Funky and I were talking about is having like a Donkey Kong Country Returns, or Donkey Kong Country in general, actually, kind of animations. Like the opponent, the hit character just looks into the camera and goes like, oh, and probably what I'm going to do is like spin them out towards the camera, kind of like Donkey Kong Country Returns, I believe, does that, or like classic Mario, you know, like boop, and then they just go out. But probably have them like spin and move like closer to the camera, but not too big, not like the whole thing, but just to give it a bit more, again, pizzazz. So this is not something I'm doing right now. I'm probably gonna do this in this order. Jump stretch. I'm gonna fix that. Not now. Definitely not now. Not a priority for today, at least. I'm going to keep on improving the specials for eye and hip. That's something that I need to do for sure. All right. So, what else do I need? There we go. Here we are. We're back. Oh, I fixed the wrapping, as in, if you remember, they used to have the behavior of wrap around the viewport. And if a character, like, I'm just going to take this. Oof, I'm having a bug here. Characters should be rendered here. Give me a minute. I'm going to reload construct. Not now. And there we go. I should be able to see them as prefabs. There we go. So as I was saying is, so it used to be that the behavior wrap would do like, hey, if I fall from here, I'm gonna pop up here and follow through, kind of like Pac-Man when it goes through the sides and on top of back from the screen. But the problem with that was if I was too close to the top edge of the screen, if I jumped, I could pop out from the bottom. So I solved this with a very simple solution, which is what you see here, like this little pseudo spikes that we have here on purple. This is the wrapping collider. If the character falls and touches this, it will snap to the top. Stupid, easy auxiliary object that gets the job done. So the idea is like whoop, boop, and you appear from top. But you cannot appear from the bottom if you come from the top because there's no collider. And the wraparound behavior, I dropped it. I just straight up dropped it from the actors, right? What is it? There we go. And what you see here is it's not implemented, but it's supposed to be like an example of a 9-slice object, which would probably be how the platforms are going to work, as in some sort of 9-sliced graphic is going to be used, and then it scales in a way that it keeps the corners intact, but the sides, the inner sides, are stretched so they look good. This was just an example I showed Funky a couple of days ago of how it could work if we're looking for something like that, right? So let's see. Let's go with the specials I was saying. Yeah. Special. What if I cut the speed in half? Okay, let's see that. If I cut the speed in half, Makes no difference to her because she's still pressing right. What I should do is there should be a better way to do this. I'm just gonna player reset stats. And player UID. So what I mean by this is fam actors UID from player UID. And where's spawn? Where's spawn? I believe it's here. Player spawn. Oh, it's load stats. I believe it's load stats. Does the same thing that what I'm looking for. It does the same thing. So it's going to be load stats. It should be here. And I'm going to change the name. It's like, it's player set base stats. And I'm going to do this with set special stats, if any. And instead it's going to be special. So the idea is I can change the stat during specials. I can reset them once they land, probably. I don't know if you're still there, Funky, but either way, we can talk about it later. Is since I already split the buttons for the special and the jump, I believe you should have some control over the character while on mid-air. Like, somehow you should be able to control the character while on mid-air. Like, smoothly change your position. Again, looking for options for players when in terms of positioning. I don't know. I'm just gonna think about it. Probably it's gonna mess with the jump arcs, but that. Like classic platformers where you can just move around the air while in the air. Anyway, so specials. There are no charge frames in specials. So what I'm gonna do is param A. Oh no, I don't have param A. So fam actors are gonna need. Fam actors are actually gonna need like a lot of data. It's so it's special param A. Special param B. If they're not used, it's no problem. It's just whatever. Special param C. What I need is special param A. I hope they are called like this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to check that out later. Why did I say C? It's B. There we go. This boy is C. This is correct. There we go. Okay, so, ABC, you change the data. Let's do this. So, jump strength. I'm gonna color code this so I have more, so it's easier for me to read these. This is also the JSON generator, if you will. These colors are horrible. Just basic data. It's gonna be green. And some of this. All right, so it's jump strength, gravities, fall speed. I have fall speed and horizontal speed. So with all this, what I can do is just I copy paste this, which means I don't really want to change any data in these two cases that I'm doing right now. I do want to change it, but for now, I want to make sure that I do have like the basic stats copied on both ends. The idea is, I know that the idea is for hip, to have a more horizontal speed while doing his dash. So I'm gonna try this. I don't want him to have a different gravity just yet, and a different fall speed. I'm gonna reduce it to 500. This means nothing for now. However, if I want to change her speed while doing her special, I'm gonna go for that. All right, so okay, copy paste time. I copy the orange, paste here, and beautify for the sake of readability, and we're back online. Are those the correct names? As in param BC, xfall, gravity, jump strength? Yes. I don't have the frames? I thought I had the frames. Charge frames are not there yet. Oh, they are elsewhere. Charge frames. There you go. It's not in the order, but I get it. This should be in another order. It's fine. Just, it's going to mess with me eventually, but it's not going to be a problem right now. So, sure. All right. What else? Okay. What I got to do is set base stats and set special stats. Okay. When I do a special, a player do special, what I need is functions, player set special stats for I'm sorry, player UID. Got lost there in the sauce. Okay. So, and when I land, I should reset, right? Or when a timer happens or whatever. So, if anything, where are my colliders? Where are my collisions? No, I don't need this. It's when fam actors land. Do I have this? Fam actors landed. I do. Where is the other one? Okay, yeah, on its set state, and I'm not gonna be redundant here. So it's set state, and I'm gonna reset the values. It's player. No, on the state. I can do it on the state. So player set state. If it's idle. If the state is idle, reset the stats back. Set stats. Player set base stats. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I don't care about her vector. I should be fine with this because I'm mimicking a jump. This is not something that I need. I don't need this. Would it affect me? Do I need acceleration and deceleration on the stats? Probably not for now. We can add them later. What I want to try is, okay, so she jumps, she's doing all right. She skips, and okay, is she back to having her usual self? Yes. And on using the special, she has a cool jump. The jump is a bit too high. We can regulate that. That will be param A. That is cool. That is cool. We can use parameter A for that. Which is how high you want that. You want that. And I'm gonna add a little comment. Comment. small hop during special. Right? Okay, so I'm keeping this and hips. Oh, I'm calling him hop all the time, but sure. Hips parameters are gonna be, this one is gonna be how long the timer runs. So I'm gonna keep it at 1. It's gonna be 1 second. I'm not using frames. You're gonna go with actual time. Comment, which is how long the special lasts. There we go. Okay, copy paste. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. All right. So who else is in chat? There's a few of us, but there's more of us than we used to be a couple of minutes ago. So with the intel that we have, we don't need this value. We can just pick it up from the JSON. JSON get data from our character ID, which is fam actors character. Is this kind of messy? Yes. Do I care? No. Oh no, I have it on the character already. It's even easier. It's fam actors param. No, sorry. Fam actors, yeah. Param A? Special param A. Special param A. There. Because I already loaded it when I said the stats, right? So if it works, I should be able to change that just by changing the JSON from outside. And boom. Is it 0? It's picking up 0, right? Let's go with the debug. So I'm going to need the actor player, which is her. Is the parameter again picked up? No. No, what did I do then? Oh. Where am I picking it from? Am I actually picking it from somewhere? Special param A, param special, not specials. There's no such category as specials. It's special. This should be a fake enum. I'm not going to be able to do it right now. I don't care. Let's go. Boom. There you go. That's it. Boom. It's picking up from the JSON and then using it as it needs to. And what happens with hip? Hip just jumps insanely high. And it's like boom, boom. That does not feel bad at all. And he's peeking the data from boop. Looks like he flashes out, but he's actually flashing white. But since the background is white, you just don't get to see him. So let's go like boop and boom. The idea is that he just slides out of the way. It's a bit too long. What I have to do is reset on. But there's a good idea here though. So wait, where's specials on gameplay? Specials for hip. Hip has a and value, but the timer is self param special param A. I shouldn't need to change this. Okay. I need to add a second value to his stats. So it's the other way around. This is going to be and if I have less gravity, I'm going to reduce the gravity. This is going to be weird. I'm going to be like 50 or something like that. And this is going to be like, no, I'm going to edit this. Small hop during special. And how long the hop lasts. Okay. I'm trying to do it generic. That's why they're called like params and not anything specific. Because every special is going to have like its own messy behavior. So what I need is self special param A. I'm thinking about something when it comes to this. Maximum speed. I already have this. I'm changing the vector, but it doesn't matter if it's big. I can do whatever because I already have the max bit. Change direction with whatever vector or size vector, since you pick the max speed from the special stats function you ran before. Okay, let's go with that. If I have the timer, there you go. That's gonna be param B flash, which is cool. And once this happens, this should reset from the defaults. Let's reset them from the defaults then. We have a function for that, set base stats. Where are you? Set base stats. So it's gonna look super weird. I can sense it. Let's go with that. So it's gonna be like player fam actors UID. There we go. Let's see. I get it. I just need to get you down here so I can see what you do. There we go. What just happened? Funny shit. That's what happened. Funny shit. Anyway. Okay, it works. It's a bit too long. And if you're against the wall, you don't have momentum to do it. Got it. I see. It's a bit too long, so I'm going to change it to 0.2. I don't know. Let's go with that. That's the magic of this. And I change the JSON here, and I'm going to play. Okay, now it feels like a what is it? Like a flash step. Okay, it works. First time, oh my god, Rod, hi, Shy Guy, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Welcome to chat. Oh, this is weird. If it's against the wall, it doesn't move. Oh, I gotta do something about the wall. That bug I had like when he landed, it's gonna haunt me for days. I think I know why it happens. I need to make more edge case exceptions, but sure. So, there we go. So for now, it works like a flash step, right? Should we want it as a flash step? I don't know. it does mess with people's heads with it. I think it's what he was looking for. What Funky was looking for. So in the meantime, I'm keeping it. But the cool thing is we can just regulate it with a JSON from outside the game, which is part of the idea. And her thing works well too. So boom. But probably gonna need to be stronger, just for the sake of tweaking. I'm gonna do something about this because they all look the same up here. So I'm gonna go like production notes, fighting game jam, and character stats, JSON builder, fighting game jam. That way I can recognize them from the tab. Making things easier for me. There you go. Okay. So this is working. Appears to be working. Makes sense. So I'm gonna spawn them elsewhere because, oh my god, I'm gonna be even sloppier, but in a good way. I'm gonna have auxiliary objects that define the spawn points, so I can stop like thinking where to spawn them manually. And it's gonna be like sprite, and it's gonna be like 32 by 32. Why are you doing 32 by 32? Just muscle memory, never mind. And I'm gonna write in a very awkward way, spawn. Or just make a meeple like this, a meeple with some light. It's like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna put the origin point on bottom, so you know like this is where their feet are gonna be. And I'm gonna rename this position spawn point. And this is gonna need the variable of what player am I gonna spawn, player 1. This is gonna be gameplay. Why are you on backdrop? You should be on gameplay. There we go. And you're not gonna be visible at first. Same here, and you're gonna be for player 2. Player 2. So all things considered, this should spawn characters. First time spawning, right? On this place. I need to give them the oath. I need to give them actions so they can actually perform this thing that I'm trying to do. Player spawn is, I need to have a default. I'm gonna need to find the player spawn point that has a variable of the player same as player number. Okay. I don't need XO. I don't need XO. It's different now. It's good that this has this. I'm gonna do something else. It's like, where am I calling the spawn? Find all function references. There we go. Aha, no. On start of layout, I'm gonna find spawn point, player, oof, no. Variable, Jesus, there we go. Variable player 1. This is even cooler. I can do it for each. For each, there we go. For each spawn point, I get to do a player spawn based on position spawn point player, position spawn point X, position spawn point Y. Why is this so cool? Because it means I can spawn more players if needed when we make this inevitably becomes a 4-player game. Not a problem for the jam, but it's good that it's abstract enough. There we go. They spawn where I want them to spawn. Problem is, when they respawn, they're going to spawn there, are they? Final references. No, they don't, which is cool. That player number, I have that. The thing I can do, not necessarily a good idea, but still, is variable, compare variable. The player is that player number. And I'm going to spawn it on position spawn point X and that player number. What does this do? So no, minus. So you can spawn from the sky. You can spawn from above. So that player number should spawn like out of the field, but on the same X as the original spawn point. That means if I right now gets killed, the panda girl, she will spawn here, and if Hip, the rabbit, is dead, he will spawn from here. Let's test it. All right. So the spawn points are good. Come on, Hip. Let's get it. No. See, it's hard to play by yourself, and I'm already seeing some flaws with the gameplay with having so many fast-moving platforms. Come on, Hip. Get him. Boom. She should spawn here. There we go. She did. And same thing should happen with Hip. If I kill the boy. Boom. Boom. Get fucked. Yes, it works. So it's even better if I ever want to have like different spawn points. What I could do is have literally different spawn points and have the system choose randomly between those spawn points that I have defined. I'm gonna leave it like this though. Not gonna complicate myself. See what happens on. There's a weird thing. That's a weird thing because she will drop off. No. There's a weird thing when moving platforms are a hassle, giving me a bit of a headache. Let's see about that. So who else is in chat? Who else is in chat? Come say hi, ask anything. Feel free to ask about the current game I'm working on or game development in general or whatever, man. Whatever. That's where we're at. Special is now, it's not A or D, it's S for you, and special is down arrow. Oof, down arrow. While mid-air. While mid-air. Oof, id air. Okay. All right. So this is cool. Okay, I'm getting Discord messages. That's cool. Boom, boom, boom. It works. Might be a bit too fast now I think about it. But it's doing something. Oh, that's that's too much, man. I'm sorry. I gotta cut you in half, my dude. Jump strength is too big. Let's go with 800. It's just too much, man. Paste in this. So for all intended purposes, when Windows build comes out of this, you will be able to access the external JSON from the game. So you can actually like mod it yourselves if you need to, using this JSON, which is, let's say, rather readable. Of course, I should make like an explainer doc for it, but for now, it works. It will let you customize the characters. And the idea is that anybody on the team will be able to customize the characters and see how they can balance them on their own. Because as much as I can do it on my end, the idea is somebody tweaking numbers, the more of us tweaking numbers and seeing how things turn out, the bigger the chances that we reach a more decent balance. And that's kind of like the way I'm approaching this. Same thing for music. Right now, muted. The game is muted with the music, even though Iono did a banger sketch song for the battle. But if I use it repeatedly, like it will eventually annoy me, and I don't want that. And the idea is that sound file is also going to be something that can be changed from the outside. Again, letting Iono change music and try different tracks without the need of making a new build. That's kind of like the ideal of all of this. All right. So, where's my Trello? Whoop, my boy Trello. So improve the specials for eye and head. They're improved. Success sandwiches. Where's it? Test bouncing from walls? Yes. I want to try this. If I'm being honest, I want to try the wall bounce. There's something that it's going to be hard to do because right now the way construct checks if you're against the wall, you've already stopped your momentum. And if I wanted to reflect that X vector, I'm going to be reflecting a value of 0. So then it's not going to reflect anything. It's going to be weird. I'm going to try it. See how that turns out. Okay, you can hold both buttons to charge faster. You shouldn't. Yes, this is done. I changed this. That bug got fixed off screen yesterday. I'm gonna show you why and how. Because right now, I didn't used to, but I don't know if you can see it here. Input poll. This value I'm gonna use watch. Input poll that you can see here. This is a debug. It's not a debug, it's a variable for the character. But here in debug, we can see it live. What it does is tell you what inputs, what actions are being held at the moment in the keyboard for that character. So I'm going to hold right, and you will be able to see in the input poll that it says right. Yeah, there we go. You see it says right? And I release, and then it says nothing. However, I can do both, left and right. I'm not having the double charge, and I would jump based on the last key I release. I'm going to release right, and you can see right is off the poll, and I'm going to release left, so I is going to jump to the left. See? It worked. I'm holding special, but I'm on the ground, so nothing happens. Holding right, releasing right, using special, shooting a special. I can press all three. Nothing specific is going to happen, but at least I can do this. See? Polls change. And character still does its thing. As long as eventually when I release the last direction I'm holding, that's the direction I'm going to jump. Boom. I released both at the same time. It picked right. Apparently, I released it slightly later. Could this give the option of jumping straight upwards? Probably. Do I care about that now? No. I think it's important that it's only to the sides, at least for now, and see how that feels for players playing. Right? So with that said, I can do the double thing. I can release this, but it will only pick the direction of the last released key, or action rather. This is agnostic from the input, as in the actual input device. It's giving the actions, left, right, and special, right? So when I inevitable is a hard word to say on stream. When I eventually add gamepad support, the gamepad is going to do the same thing. It's just going to send these signals. And then it's on my end to interpret them, what the hell they do, right? So boom, boom, there we go. Same thing happens with the other character. I'm just watching the input poll for this one. This is a cool feature. I don't know if you saw that. On Mac, it's on default. I believe Windows has it too now. I don't know where my mouse is. So if I shake it real fast, the mouse grows so they can tell you where it is. It's like silly, but it works great. Anyway, With that, I'm gonna try to see if bouncing from the wall makes sense. How would I go about that? Let's go with collisions. Let's use collisions for that. So, manual wrapping is something that I did. And it's like wall bounce. Will it work? I don't know. Let's go with that. So on wall is by wall. The side is left. And my state value, for instance, variable, my state is state jump right. Then my fam actor, I should change the state. So it's gonna be, I should change the state to jump right. Functions, state, fam actors, UID, state jump left. So it's on the left. No, it should be left. So I have the one on the left and I'm jumping left. I should bounce to the right. Same thing on the other way. Would this work? Probably. Might it not work? Why? Because if you have a wall next to you, you probably have no momentum left because the system already stopped you. And that will mean... What does that mean, though? Am I cheating here? This is probably... Let's see how that works. So the way it works... Let's try. Can I try her bouncing? It worked! It does. It's not even... interesting. Shouldn't do the whole jumping animation again, but there is something here. I like it. It worked. I'm gonna roll with it. And my boy, does he bounce? Yes, he does. I gotta do the same thing. If the state is special, it should do the same thing. So if you're on left, if you're special, can't believe it worked at like super fast. I used to have that problem that I mentioned. I'm gonna fake dementia and roll with it. Or player state, jump left. So what this is saying is, if I do this while on special, I should also bounce. But that means I can do 2 specials, can I? Okay, if I do this, I got the, that's a bug. That's a bug. I can do 2 specials if I have that. So I shouldn't change the state. I should change the vector in that case. It's weird. Specials are not that good when it comes to that. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So if I jump here, I can bounce from the wall. That's cool. This works. I shouldn't be able to do a special again. To do. Comment. To do. To do. Don't edge case where you can do a double special before bouncing from wall, and it will reset on wall bounce. Either count the special uses before landing, or have some other limit, some other way of limiting its use. Colors change to garish yellow, so I can see it for later. All right, so oh, I see you, Lurker Mike. I saw you. Thanks for dropping by. All right, so should be like this. We have the wrap around. We have the wall bounce. Boom. I don't like that she squishes, that they do the jump squish. So I'm gonna see how that. Hey. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes, Game Over Uruguay. ¿Cómo están? I'm doing this in English because most of the people on chat are speaking English. Lo estoy haciendo en inglés porque la mayoría de la gente en el chat habla inglés. Si entendés inglés, buenísimo. Si no, pregúntame. Estoy haciendo el juego. La idea es ir alternando según sea necesario. Right? So I was talking that just enjoying some coffee at this work. Hope it's good. Yes, it's doing well. Thank you, Mike. No problem. Thank you, Game Over. It's no issue if you folks want me to do some things in Spanish. And if you want to ask me things in Spanish, I can just go ahead and explain whatever I've been doing in Spanish. Because, of course, I understand that it's not our first language for a lot of us here. But it kind of works like the basic lingua franca, honestly. And but to understand the way I'm trying to process things, it might be helpful to just go back to our native language if needed, right? So that's it. Cool. What was I? The wall bounce is doing the stretch animation on jump, and I don't want that. So stretch. I'm gonna look for stretch. See if I can find this. Player jump stretch. Okay. Where it's referenced here and here. Okay, on the rebound, it makes sense. Here, I have to see that. Oh, I'm gonna do something interesting here. I'm gonna have a local variable called state that at first is gonna pick up. It's gonna save the old state set value. Old state, where are you? Oh, it's not here. Sorry, it's a local variable, so it's on system variable set value. There we go. Old state is gonna be FamActors state. Before I change it, I'm gonna save the old state of what the current actor has, then change it for the new one. But if the old state is a state I want to use for some comparisons, which I'm going to do right now, then I can work with that variable, with the old state variable. So I know that when I jump left or right as a new state, I should jump stretch. However, the animation should be triggered only if variable old state is not special state. You follow? Because the thing is, no, what am I doing? No, it's not special state, and it's not either of this. It's not equal to this, and it's not equal to this. Then, and only then, I can do the play jump string. Why is this? It means it has to come from charge to be able. It's easier. It's just gonna say charge. So what the fuck? Old state has to be charge. There we go. It's equal to charge. I can only stretch the character when I come from the charging animation. I'm gonna show you that for those that arrived just now. So what I have is, let's see if it works. Let's look at the panda girl, right? So charging is the state when I'm doing this, like charging my jumps, either left or right. When I release this, we're gonna have a small stretching animation for the jump. It worked. Okay. The problem I was having is, now that I have a wall bounce, the way it does the wall bounce is it changes the state, because when you jump either left or right, you have different states, jump left and jump right, right? When I jump to the, let's say left, when I jump to the left and bounce from the wall, my state is going to change to jump right. As it was before, changing a new state to either jump would give me the stretch animation for jumping. But now I added the extra condition of you can only have the stretching animation if you come from the charge animation. The logic works in my head. I hope you folks managed to follow this. And if it worked, I shouldn't stretch, like the panda girl shouldn't stretch when bouncing from the left wall. She just like mirror her X vector, and that's it. And it worked. That's it. Super intricate explanation for some polishing stuff. And since I can do that, it means I now have the information and the logic point to do other interesting things. Like if I'm doing a wall bounce, nothing is stopping me right now from having characters spawning a hit spark from the wall, for example, right? So when I bounce, I get a little hit spark. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Like murdered by the hit spark, murdered by the wall jump, I mean. So that is doing really well. And see, that's how you do a little polish for all of this. And it feels cool. That was weird. I'm having trouble with the moving platforms, man. It's when they come all the way up, is it? No, when they come all the way down. If I do short hops on those, I get weird reactions. When it's coming upwards, check this out. See? If I move upwards and I do the short hop, I get that. That's super weird. I'm sure it's fixed by the dumbest way possible, which is slowing it down. So I'm adding more to the period. I hate that. That will be a possible solution. Yeah. It's clear. Thank you. I'm trying my best. No, it's still happening. God damn it. It's a bug. I know it. I have it written down. I will eventually find a way. Life finds a way, man. Life finds a way. Short hops. Oh, this is weird shit. So you do short hops, like real fast. You can have like the... There we go. You can slide by short hops. We have wave dashing. We have wave dashing. We managed to pull wave dashing. We did it, folks. We have wave dashing. So we alternate real fast. Either direction is going to generate a wall, a wave dash. Oh my god, it bounced! Yes! It's a feature, not a bug. We have wave dashing. Woo! There you go. It worked. Yay! Boom. So, bug wave dashing by quickly tapping both sides. It keeps the momentum. It's a state issue. It's a player state issue that I'm gonna need to check out eventually. But yeah. Wave dashing by quickly tapping both sides. It keeps the momentum and makes the player slide. With the same logic, you could even add another animation to the wall jump instead of just canceling the vertical one. Yes, animations are on deck. I mean, they're being worked on by Funky and Pencil. When I have some frames for that, I'm gonna implement them, and of course, some stuff is gonna pop up once those animations are implemented. They're like, right now I'm going with the logic, with just the basic logic of collisions and some visual pizzazz with a single sprite. A lot of this is gonna be even cooler once I have like actual animation frames for the characters. But yeah. So yeah, bouncing from walks. See if bouncing from walks makes sense. I think it makes sense, so it's gonna be undone. Add a trail for jump arcs. Kill animation, landing dust to hit stop. Jump stretch shoot scale based on how. Yes. Yes! It's a test. But yeah, I'm gonna add the trail undoing. And I'm gonna go to prefabs and I'm gonna create a. What is it? Spark? No, particle. There we go. Particle. And here's where Figma comes in. Have you ever heard of Figma? Figma's a friend. This little object, I don't need it anymore. Figma, all the jokes you can make about Figma, go ahead, get them off your system. Have you heard of Figma? It's so sad that Steve Jobs died of Figma. Whatever. Get them off your chest now while I try to do some cool stuff. So for the sake of testing, I'm going to do a little star as the basic spark that we're going to use. This bad boy, as in Figma, is the best friend you can have, the best ally you can have to make like quick and dirty assets for your game. They're very graphic designer friendly, and in that sense, a lot of the UI is very easily solved through Figma. I actually have a plugin, highly recommended, called Icons. It was this one, right? Icons 8. Yes. So this is, you get icons that are like, it's license free or the classic like MIT license. And I'm gonna, what's going on, man? Get out. And if I say, for example, star, finds me all these icons. Or if I want like exit, I can get all these icons and just put them in the, like, yay, exit. Did it spawn? There we go. And I can say what color I want it. And then like, yay. So when you have to do like buttons and stuff, it's a godsend actually. It's like, okay, it's a rectangle, but it's now curved and I want this to be, what is it? Bring to front. No, I said bring to front, my dude. There we go. And now I have an exit, the quickest and dirtiest exit button you've ever seen. Very good, friend. This is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little particle that is going to be a star. I'm actually thinking about the game logo, like the icon and stuff. I like the idea of having stars in somewhere. You can see that Pump Punks has the star there. It used to be called Go Go Pogo Power, and it used to have the star. I don't know. I like stars, man. Stars are cool. Okay, so with that said, what's the joke? As in the Figma joke, it's the Ligma joke. It's a play on words in English. Like somebody says, like, "Hey, it's so sad that Steve Jobs died of Ligma," and it's like, what is Ligma? Ligma balls. Ha 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 ha. And Figma kind of sounds like that. So last time I talked about it, you mean Ligma exactly. So the last time I used Figma, somebody did the Ligma joke with Figma because everybody does it. Get it off your system. We're all 12, and it's fine. We're all 12. And moving on, I'm gonna make it really small because I need to use it. Oh man, oh, that turned out to be actually cool. Not so much. Okay, this is weird. Are you cool? Okay. Oh, classic star. There we go. And sort of rounded. I'm going very into the bushes for something that's going to be a silly particle. will have those moments. So I'm not going to be judged by the likes of you. He who is free of neurodiversity casts the first stone. Now with that exported, I have star. It's a cute small star. It's kind of big. And I'm gonna just give it a color. This is gonna be particle star. For whatever reason, I'm gonna do this. And if I want it to be those are a lot of sparks, man. Spray cone. I don't want it to have a spray cone. I'm mad like that. I'm need 10. Yes, I'm gonna need the continuous spray. My speed is none, so it's gonna be like, and there's this acceleration, no. Speed randomizer, 100? Oh, it vibes. There we go. I'm gonna need like a 20. Yeah, I'm liking this. So the idea is when the character moves around, it does like, come on. So it does this, right? It leaves a trail. Man, it's huge. Why is it so big? Size is 100. No, baby, it's small. It's 32, 30. Let's go with 32, 32. Oh no, this is not what it's doing. So size 32. Now let's go with 16. Let's go with 16. See how that goes. So the idea is, on jumping, the character starts spawning the stars. I'm gonna add more for the timeout. Let's go with 2. And growth rate, it's gonna be -1. Sounds like a problem. -2. Random addition to particle grow rate. What's the grow rate? Grow rate. Oh, I get it. It's grow rate. It's gonna be -2. It shrinks in time. That's the idea. Yeah, that's not that good. I'm gonna go with 5. Sure, let's go with that. All right, so particle trail, I should call it, or something like that. What's it called? Particle star, no, particle trail. I'm gonna leave it orange so it's garish and I can see it on screen fast enough. And what I can do is I can attach it to a player and just go with it. Let's see if it's their color. I'm gonna go with that. There we go. Okay, this is not a bad idea. I'm gonna please stop preview. Thank you. There we go. It's part of the hierarchy now. And it's gonna be Z order sent to back. Now this bad boy, I'm gonna use another color for our little bunny dude. I'm probably gonna use, let's go with the orange. Pale orange. Yeah, that's it. And I'm gonna have them, you should go next to her because it's your character. I'm gonna put it here. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna be spawning this forever for now. It is to just have them start spreading when they change the state to jump either right or left, and that's it. And should probably a good indication to know if you're in attack mode too, so that will be interesting. And send to bottom of layer. There we go. If everything worked, we should be seeing like a trail of stars on both of them. I don't know if you noticed them. The stars are behind them. You can see it more on hop. Oh, my head is on top of hop, so sorry. So, yeah, it kind of works. Probably needs to be more frequent. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to improve the... There we go. Yeah, it works, but it doesn't quite work. He's still spawning stars behind his back. It's sort of not a good idea, apparently. It's not working as I intended it to. Oh, there we go. Drag went insane. Come on, give it to me. If you don't want to cooperate, I'll make you cooperate. There you go. Same to you, baby. There we go. 673, 673. Come on. God damn it. Not 5. It's going to be 600. There we go. And I'm going to need you both to spawn at a harder rate. Let's go with 30. And now here and here. So it can actually be a trail, because right now it's not much of a trail. This makes more sense. It's not the best, but still makes more sense. Funky game action, exactly. It's weird because I'm doing some offsets, so it looks better as a particle, but it's not that good as a communication of your jump arc. What's good, Chan and Rod? All good. Like, we having some particles right now to show your jump arcs. It's not that good. Probably gonna have to do a revision of this. There is something here, but it's not that good, I think. The idea was to communicate the jump arcs a bit better, but it's iffy for now. Why am I getting a weird Peggle bite from this? The trail. It's a trail. It's definitely the trail. Now that you mentioned Peggle, though, I could do something with the effect of that. To that effect, let's go with 7. There we go. I could add a add. Let's see how that turns out. If I add it, it could actually look like a trail, now that you think about it. There is something there. Something that cannot be seen. There sure is something. It cannot be read with that background. Yeah, sorry, it's not gonna work. But there is something to it, so it's back to normal with you. I'm gonna need these bad boys to, you go here. The randomizers are not doing their job properly, so I'm gonna go like this. And same here. 5, 5. 5, 5. There we go. Or are you doing a sort of laser dot sight for the jump arc? No, I just want a trail just to be able to read arcs for characters. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if we're eventually gonna drop it. See, that makes more sense. This makes a lot more sense. If they shouldn't move around so much. I'm gonna do something about that. See, this makes a lot more sense. They shouldn't be spawning all the time. They should be spawning just when you're jumping or off the ground, actually. And there is something to it right now that's a bit more interesting. Colors and variables may vary, but what I wanted to do is like, hey, character A feels different than character B. How is that? Well, her jump is shorter but longer on the sides. His jump is higher but shorter on the sides. Will you look at that? And it's kind of like, that's what I was going for. It's like, when you do a short hop, you can still draw your arc. And you can see how tall your short hops are. But yeah, just communication, in-game communication. I don't know if it works, but sure, whatever. It's like a little glitter fart. Yeah, it's a glitter fart. Character with a laser dot might be interesting. Post-jam. You're not wrong. You're doing sort of laser dot. Yeah. And so with that said, I know that what I need to do right now is speed randomizer. No, fuck you. No speed randomizing. Smaller speed randomizer. And same to you. Speed randomizer? No. We figured out how to do a character with single animation. Wait, what? You're talking about this? It's like, no, we're gonna have animations, man. It's gonna be super sick. So what I'm doing is classic move of, while I don't have the frames, I'm gonna try to make it as compelling as possible with with the smallest amount of character animations, because that's kind of like been my MO for a lot of games that I've worked on. Too much web games, so I kind of know my way around making the best out of a very, very limited resources. So yeah. Oh, your game, you're gonna make it. Oh, for idea I've wanted to make for a long time, and it might be a huge time save. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge time save for sure. Figured out how to do a character with a single animation. Do elaborate. Now I'm interested. We just figured out how to do a new fighter for MWF with as few assets as possible. That's actually a good challenge to take on during the game jam. And do tell what's about it. Now that I have the particles, they're invisible except for their intro animation. Fantastic. That's it. Lovely. It's insanely cheap. I love it. That's the way you do it, especially on jams. I need the trail. It's gonna be on animation. So what about the trail? No, it's on the state. So player state. And I'm gonna tell this guy fam actors, their children, which is fam characters, and their children's children, which is the character particle. No, oh, it's child. There we go. Big children. Particle trail. And particle trail. What was it? There's like appearance, hierarchy, initial, set growth, opacity, set size, no, growth rate, no. Particle lifetime, no. Acceleration, speed randomizer, set rate, there we go. Set spraying, not spraying. I needed to start spraying. And I'm gonna do the same logic. I'm gonna change to idle. But not spraying. And when I change to charging, just in case. And you know what? Yeah, I'm keeping that. I'm hyped, thanks. Yeah, definitely, that's a cool one. Other than universal, like dashing or jumping, cool. Invisible, okay. This seems to be much closer to what I'm familiar with regarding UI UX. I used to make custom maps in Warcraft 3, and their editor was pretty good. What, you mean Construct? Or what? Or what you're using for the character? I mean, for your character in your game. Ah, there you go. Only when jumping I do the little glitter farts. Yeah, it works. Visually, it has to change. I think it has to change. It needs some tweaking, but there is something here. Yes, Construct. Yeah, it's super visually. It's visually friendly. I love it in that sense. And also, honestly, it makes good, like, it makes good stream material because I feel totally biased that it's more readable for those watching the stream. Even though this is kind of like archaic by now because it's like super into the weeds, but it feels like you folks can follow along more visually than just cold ass code in that sense. For better or worse, I don't know. So I added the trail. We got it. Boom. Enemy kill animation. Is it a good onboarding experience for a new programmer? Yes. Yes. The main criticism that I've read about Construct when it comes to actual, let's say actual programming, because you're actually programming here, but is that the whole event sheet, as they call it, can railroad you into some programming vices that might be hard to shake off after you start programming on other languages. I don't know if that was clear, but I believe that happens with any language, honestly. It's like you start going to common places with certain coding languages, and yeah, tool assisted programming. Tool assisted programming. But it's actually, yeah, it's an interpreted language, I think they call it. But this spits out JavaScript because it's made for web games. So whatever I'm writing here, it's eventually going to become a JavaScript thing. And you can actually like write code JavaScript or TypeScript, like here, add JavaScript, add TypeScript. I barely use this, mostly because I'm not used to either of those languages. I mean, I can pull it off. I've coded with a lot of stuff, but I feel much more confident working with Construct because I've used it for like 10 years by now. I know it's like, I know their edge cases and I know the little nitpicks and stuff like that. So I'm very comfortable to using it. And that's why I chose it for the Jam too, because the objective of the Jam, at least for me, is getting a cool game with a certain scope as polished and as interesting as possible. Not my objective for the Jam is not to, add problems to myself trying to understand a new engine or whatnot, or getting used back to an engine. I mean, I've used Godot, I've used Unity, but getting used to them again, like shaking off the rust, is going to take me more than what time I have for working on the Jam. So yeah, Construct, big friend. Biggest drawback it has right now, it's a paid app. It's a paid thing. Like, I'm just gonna open an incognito so you can see how it goes. It's like construct.net. So you go here, it's like, make games in Construct, yay! Launch Construct, yay! You can do a free trial. I'm sure, no, give me a guided tour. Can I just try it? I'm gonna go straight to the editor. It's like editor.construct. Welcome to Construct. I don't need a guided tour. I'm gonna start with a new project. It's gonna call it like that. And the problem you have is it says free edition, right? Here, oh, it doesn't set like, doesn't say what limit I have. But the way it works is, I don't know if they changed that. Last time I checked, I'm gonna go like, sorry, what? No, shut up! There we go. So if I add an event, let's go like Sprite. I'm doing whatever right. Okay, there you go. You have a finite set of events that you can add. These are even less than what they used to have. They used to have 50. Now they have 25. It's bad in that sense. So you have very limited options if you're going for free. You have to depend a lot on already pre-built behaviors and effects and stuff like that. You can use it to try a few things. You're not going to get anywhere near what I'm doing right now. And that kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. I get it. You got to make your money, get that back. If I say buy now, you're going to probably see, this is in Uruguayan pesos. So Let's go with dollars. There we go. Give me dollars. So if you pay $100 a year, this is the one I'm using. It's cool, it works, but it's $100 a year, right? Not a lot of people that want to do like games are into that, especially something that like Construct that is specifically made for web games. And I love them. I've done a lot of work with Construct. My income depends on Construct because right now the games that we have on Pokey and other sites are making money. They were done in Construct, but I cannot fully recommend it to any other people because of this. Because it's like, no, but it's not easy to have like $100 if you're starting as an indie just out of the bat for a year. It's what costs to put a game on Steam, for sure. That then you're $200 down before you even have a game published. I don't know. It's not steep, but it's not good either, right? You have more options. And if you're going to go with Steam with a Construct game, it's going to be a web wrapper. So it's a very specifically for web games. Let's head back to the actual game. I'm going to read what you just said, Mohast, because it's been a while. Hey, you pay for what you get. I'd rather pay than learn how GitHub works. You're going to not learn GitHub either way. This game is already like, I'm going to leave. There you go. This boy is already on Git. Because you don't want to lose your progress on your work, man. So learn GitHub. GitHub is a friend. Once you get used to it. I used to hate it. I agree. It feels like a bit of a uphill battle at times. But no, befriend your GitHub. Please do. You see this little boy? It's there. That's GitHub. There we go. And yeah, it's sounds like an extended trial. Extended trial? What sounds like an extended trial? Either way. With that tangent solved, let's go with the enemy kill animation. Let's see how I can pull that off. I'm gonna have a new layer, and it's gonna be called foreground. Why do I need this layer? Because what I want to do is like the free version. It's a trial version. It's a trial. The free version, it's a trial version. It's you can do like whatever. You just don't have the 30 days, as far as I believe. But yeah, just if you want to do a game for Steam, don't use Construct. I hate to say this, but don't use Construct. Go straight for Godot or something else. If you're gonna make web games and you plan on monetizing those web games, this is a good option. Just don't go necessarily with Unity or Godot, even less. They are solving their web issues. They're not there yet. You're gonna have a better time with this. We were laughing about this with Funky the other day because the game as it stands now, if you see it on itch, it's less than a megabyte. It's like feels like you're downloading a bot farm or something. Games done in Construct are stupid small because they are optimized to be stupid small for web. And I believe the game, once it's finished for the jam, on a bad day, it's gonna be like 20 megs on a bad day. And that feels like super, super slim for that. Anyway. Tangent, again, tangent over. I'm gonna go with, I see you're there, Gray Art, say hi, don't be shy. I'm just checking who's on chat. And enemy kill animation. So what I want to do with the enemy kill animation is, let's grab our little dude here, is when they're killed, they're gonna go like, bah! And then the idea is to like have them rotate, not over that axis, but it's gonna be what's gonna happen at first. So it's gonna rotate and scale towards like, bah! And then go out of the screen. So it's kind of like a cool animation for that. Howdy lurkers, yeah. And just so you get a little feedback on that. So it's a two-step thing, the enemy kill animation. I'm gonna go first with the little visual effect of spinning him out of the screen. And the second part that I don't think I'm gonna be able to do today, because it's almost like we're reaching the 2 hour mark, and I'm probably gonna be like 2 hours and a half here at best, is having hit stops. So when an enemy lands on you, you have a small hit stop, your sprite shakes, and then you animate that like and you die. So I'm gonna go with that. So this is on collisions, I believe. Yeah, collisions is what kills the player. Right now I'm doing like a silly weight thing here. This is gonna work for now. What I'm gonna do is, all right, I'm gonna make on animations, make a function called player dead animation. Name conventions are all over the place. I don't care. I'm just gonna make this happen. Then I'm gonna care about name conventions. Functions, player dead animation. The player ID is gonna be FamActorsUID. And it's gonna play before destroying the character. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So what I need is to pick the actor with its ID, player UID, that I'm transferring from the moment they're hit. And what I want to do is, if you remember the meeple, the prefab of the meeple, which is our core collider of the player, has a spawn on top of it these characters, right? Which in turn have their collision boxes and their trails and stuff like that. And on spawn, they are now children. These folks are children of their collider. What I'm gonna do is detach that so I can destroy the collider on its own while having the animation play on its own, doing something completely different on another layer, right? And I'm probably gonna destroy their collision boxes too, just for good measure, right? So, fam actors, I need the children, fam characters, and it's gonna like find children. What can I do? Remove child. I don't need to ask for the character then. It's like remove child. I'm gonna go for this. It's better. It's like fam character, pick children. I'm gonna kill the boxes because I don't need them now. Box hit, destroy. This is for good measure, just to be sure that no other collision is going to be checked while the dead animation is playing. Okay. There are easier ways to do this, which is replace object. Replace object with hurt. There we go. Fam actors, remove the fam characters, and now I'm gonna pick up the character UID, character UID. No, my dude, I need this, which is fam characters UID, so I can reference it later down the line. So after this, I'm gonna ask fam characters with the UID, character UID. This boy, I'm gonna move them to the next layer. Move to layer, foreground, and they don't have tween, do they? No, they don't. Oh man, tween is so good. It's gonna help me a lot if I did use it, but we don't, so we suck. What behaviors do we have? I'm gonna use timer. That's it. I could really use a tween. Wait, I can. Can I? Die. Tween. Oh, why? Is it because it's somewhere else? Is the tween somewhere else? Is on. But you're not part of the family, right? Then why not? Let me have my behavior. Tween. Oh, God damn it! Why it's not? See, now's about the time when things start falling apart when I'm streaming. When it comes to like the logic I'm trying to pull off. Do you have its brightness? No. Huh. That's sad. I really want to use this. So, can I have tween? I can have tween here, but not on the family. Why? I have tween on this family. I don't have tween on this family. Huh. That's interesting. Can I just go like characters, tween? I don't have. What I'm trying to do is make the animation like a parabolic animation for the character dying. But I need to be able to use a tween behavior that I'm somehow not having access to right now. And I don't know why. These are some of the quirks that Construct has that it's kind of like annoying at times. So I'm trying to see where this is getting problems. Like, do you have tween? You can have tween. Why is there a family not letting me have a tween? Was I looking in the wrong place? No, it's not there. Do you have a tween? You motherfucker. That's it. Where are you? Where are you? That was it. Where are you? Pro tween. Huh? Where did it go? Here. I need this. Technically, I don't. I hate you. Why you have this? Where are the other tweens going? Yeah, where are the tweens going? Who knows? It doesn't let me add the tweening to the family because this guy is already on the family and it has on its own a tween behavior. So what I'm gonna do is remove the tween behavior from this guy so it can be a family behavior, right? Quirks of Construct. So what I'm gonna do is check this out. I'll take a snapshot because I'm gonna lose this when I stop when I cut it out. When I cut out the, what is it? There we go. I'm gonna keep it here. So when I cut the behavior, I'm gonna lose those events. You're gonna see it because it's gonna say, hey, there's a lot of references, and I say, fuck you, and now I lost it, right? But now clicking is acting weird. Why is it? Okay, so the mouse is having a moment. I'm gonna reload real quick. Should I? Yeah, probably should, because it's acting out. Of course it's acting out, because we're live. Am I looking at the family? No. I need to look at the family. Okay, so it's either the computer or Construct that is acting out. I'm gonna reload this right now, real quick. There we go. Yes, so as I was saying, family needs behavior of twin. We got it. And now, project tween. I can do it. I have the screenshot that I took before under the other screen. So I need to do a value from 0 to 1 on 1 second. Tags are life, span, and self UID. It's default destroy. No, no, no. It should be destroy. It's easier. Destroy and complete. Yes. Then I don't need the other event. And I should be good. And now that I have tweening here, I can do dead or death, player dead animation. Player death animation, actually. No, dude, no, shut up. It did function. Player death animation. All right. So I don't need this. And now we move you to foreground. We move you to characters. Move you to characters. It's gonna be random at first. I'm thinking about how to go by on this. Yeah. This is gonna be tween. One. Okay. Tween one property. X. End value is where I am right now, which is fam characters. No, yeah, surf X plus. This doesn't make sense. It's just for testing. Time is gonna be 5, which is cool. And it's linear. Fuck you. Destroy and complete. Very much yes. Death X. Sounds super cool. Self UID. And then there's this guy. Death Y. Dex XY. Dex Y. A. And it's gonna move X. So it's gonna be like self Y minus a random number of 10 to 100 on half that time. It's 2.5. I don't need this. I need to have this like death time. Let's go with 5. And so it's not gonna be based on this. It's gonna be death time. Dead time apparently. And it's gonna be dead time divided by 2. That's gonna be 1. And I need it to be quadratic, odd quadratic. Destroy and complete now. And what I need to do is, out of this, a fam character, when that tween is over, tween, unfinished, death, Y, A, and self UID. You do another tween. This is not going to destroy incomplete. This is the one that's going to kill it. Death B, destroy incomplete. Yes. In quadratic, because you're coming down. 2 words self Y plus, fuck it, 500. We want it to go out of the way, out of the screen. So it's going to be like random. Let's go with just 800. Yeah, actually not wrong. 800 to 1,000. Let's go. So, am I being referenced elsewhere? Yes. How do we want it? Here. Will it work? I don't know. Let's try. So I'm gonna try to, oh my god, it's so weird at first because you're trying to position yourself all the time. Come on. And now, do I get to kill you? Boom. It looked like it came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna wait 2 seconds here. I need to wait more. I need to wait like 5 or 3. Let's go with 4. It worked. Not as good as we thought it would, but you gotta have like at least... Okay, so it's like plus 50 plus... So this is like, I can choose between -1 and 1 times 50 plus random 0 to 200 or whatever. So what I'm trying to do is at least you move a 50. And then I have to spin this boy, so it's like apart from characters. Yeah, fam. Between 1. Let's go with angle. So it's a random number between, I don't know, man. Let's just go with that. 30, 30 and times 5. It's dead time. It's dead time. I don't know. Let's just go with that. I'm gonna get there. Just wait for me. I have a bigger chance just... I can wave dash with this guy. This is cool. Wave dash all over the place. Okay, now I can step on you. Oh, no! Got bugged out. There we go. Boom. It's slow. It has to be faster. Can I wait 1? Death Y. It's gonna be dead time. A third of the dead time. Come on, come on, come on. Boop, boop. Made a lot of sense. I'm into that. Let's go. Wave dash, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of wave dashing accidents happening. Who cares, man? It's fine. So, def X, that Y. I don't have the dead time. Wait. So that time should be higher down here. Huh. I need to have that. Yeah, wave dash. We always need that wave dash. Don't add it. Come on. It's an accident. It's a happy accident or an awful, awful accident. We don't know just yet. So if I do this itself and a minus random 10 or 100, I'm not liking this. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna keep the name. Instead of out quadratic, I'm gonna go like in back, which should do the trick. And it should be where I am plus 800. No, it's 750 as a minimum, or 800 to 1,000. Let's go. Oops. I lost the random. There we go. Let's see how that goes. No. Alright, it kind of worked. There is something here. I was trying to see the seams out of the... Yeah, that made sense. That made a lot more sense. So what's the name of the game? MWF. What does it stand for? I'm asking Mohost. His name, his game is called MWF, right? I don't know what it stands for. Mega Warrior Fighter. Let's go with that. Come on, I want to make a kill. Make it, make. See, I'm seeing the seams of the game already here. It's like, it might be kind of slow at first to battle. Monster Wrestling Federation. I like that. That's a good name. That's a good ass name. At least the concept that it projects sounds interesting, so I like it. Gonna be more like I did with the other one, which was choose between -1 and 1 times a fixed number, which is 15, plus a random of 0 to 30. Now 15 is like... No, it's cool. 0 to 45. Let's go hard. Okay. I'm gonna need to make this larger, like 300. These values are not that good, and I'm also gonna mess with the scale. Tween two, there we go, two properties. Scale. And the end scale is gonna be double during that time. And it's gonna be an quadratic. There we go. Sure, let's go. So since the origin point is on their feet, it makes spinning kind of iffy visually. But that is something I can work around later. I can do some auxiliary objects. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I was looking for. Exactly. Might need to be faster, but it's what I was looking for. Boom. Yes! It works! It works, right? You get it. The character's dead. Just a descriptive title for now. Yeah, I agree. The original name for this one, if you remember, was Go Go Pogo Power. Very Japanese, very descriptive. Now that we don't have pogos, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're cool with that. We can do with that. Yeah, I know how to fix the offset of the jump when it dies. Boom! Oh, there we go. Boom! There we go. It works. I like it. It works. It's silly. It's silly enough, which is something. Boom! There you go. You know what I'm going to do before calling it for today? I'm going to add like a scoreboard. So like how many hits do you get on the other player just for kicks? Probably a reset button. I like how they shake, man. That turned out pretty good. That is that I'm not gonna do a hit stop right now. I'm probably gonna do a scoreboard to just finish it for today. I'm gonna have to do something about the draw orders when people are jumping from under the platforms. But that's issues for some other time. This is doing pretty well as is. I would really like to have some feedback on the game if you're gonna try it on itch, because I'm starting to see the seams of the design ideas and they might be quite limited if presented as is. And I'm not using specials though. It's like, boom. I could use more of the specials, but also I'm playing by myself and of course it's just like super boring and I'm not gonna do cool stuff. There are no stakes for me in that sense, so it's not like I'm fighting for my life here. I'm just trying to make the little dudes bounce around each other. But yeah. Oh, there's a lot of stuff today. This is cool. A lot of stuff has been progressed today. And I'm really glad I managed to pull it off. So I'm going to do the scoreboard with basic text. And then I'm going to do like text like this one. I'm going to clone the object while I'm at it. It's going to be txt score placeholder. I'm going to keep the font. Let's go with Arial. Classic 24. Line height. No, it's going to be bold. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine like this. So horizontal, vertical, wrapping, left to right. Origin, center. Let's go with that. So it's going to be like... Oh. It looks like a shocked expression. So scoreboard, toggle mute, and I'm gonna add a reset button. Reset 0. And align on the viewport to the center. Align. Whoop, shut the fuck up. There we go. Align to the center. There we go. And this means I'm gonna need to have scores number P1 score. Oh, it was okay. P1 score. And score P2 actually. Let's go. Concept first. P1 0 and 0. I'm gonna do this as a group on its own, scoring, and I'm gonna be like score, add, score, reset. I need the player that scored, and then reset. I'm gonna go like set value P1 score, no, score player 1 and score player 2. I'm gonna do is functions. Now I'm gonna need to create a function that's gonna go score update, which is gonna do the txt score placeholder set text, and it's gonna be score P1 and the little dash and score P2. There we go. So when I add this is gonna be silly, but let's go with that. In the compare value, there we go. No, sorry, it's when player. When player, where are you, mate? All the way up here. When player is 1, add to score player 1. When player is 2, you add to player 2, and that's it. It's silly, it works. Let's go with that. No, don't add 2. You add 1, but to the other score. There we go. And after that, you update. Score update. And same here. After you reset, shut up. Score update. There you go. After you reset, you go with this. So, and on start of functions, start of layout, what you do is you reset the score. There you go. So, and when you score it should be like this. That player number? No. Pick on parent of Boxford. Pick on... Yes. And I should add score based on the player, fam actors player. It's this what I need. It's not going to be here. It's going to be here. This should work. Everybody says that. It doesn't always do. I need to program the reset key. But that's something that is also going to take like 5 minutes, so it's no problem. I want to check if the scoring system works. Boom! It worked. Where's my girl? There she spawned. And yes, it's a one-on-one. See, now you can keep track of your scores. Now you can keep track of your actions. And now, what's missing is a way to reset, which is the number key. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be, I'm gonna now the group that's called debug, because at the end of the day, this is debug keyboard on key pressed. Come on, baby. Give it to me. 0. Dunzo. And when it's this is like super easy. Reset. Reset? No. Reset a specific variable. No, reset global variables. Reset static. Cool. And then I'm gonna layout, reset, reload. Is it layout? Reload? No. Layout. Restart layout, is it? Restart layout, there you go. So, if everything worked, no, I don't want to do that. I need to load the JSON. Do I have the JSON? Let's go with this. Let's see if it works. So, I'm pressing 0, it resets. And if I I've reset it successfully. I'm gonna drop myself out of this. Oh, cool. Bam. Reset. Works. I'm leaving it like this for today on stream. I'm probably gonna do some things off stream too, but I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna export it and I'm gonna upload it on itch live for you all. So I'm gonna turn on the music again. Huzzah! Exactly. Audio. Start of layout, play music. I'm gonna make sure that you don't listen to the music. It's a bit loud right now. Tell me if you can hear the music though. I'm turning on what is supposed to be sound from my computer. Let me know if you can hear the music. Oh. It's super loud on my end. Can you hear something? It's like a drum beat. I'm gonna stop it just in case. It's a bop, but it can become annoying really fast. It's quiet here. Oh damn. You can check it out on itch when you play it on itch. So yeah, let's go with that. Or I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try again. See if it's slow, but we can hear it. Okay. Then I'm gonna turn on again. Tell me if you can hear it. Apparently it does. I don't know if you can hear me over it, but I don't know, I'm vibing, man. Some slap bass slap. Yeah. And then it loops like super cut off. Because again, it's a sketch, a music sketch done by INO. So I'm gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna export HTML5. This is the magic of Construct. I know, feels expensive, the $100 a year, but this is the kind of magic it pulls. Like, how big is it? 1.164. Come on, man. It's stupid small. Stupid small. And you know everything that's in it already. And it's not even optimized down to the wire. Like, there's a lot of redundant stuff already in there. But, yeah. And just give me a second. Probably going to open it elsewhere, just not to mess with people. So I'm going to be on Edge. Oh, thank you, Mike, for following on Itch. I just saw it that. So dashboard, and I'm gonna edit. Yeah, I think I could show this. There's no problem with this. So I'm gonna go with the dashboard, edit, and it's gonna be build 3. And I'm gonna upload a file. You should say Fighting Jam number 4. This file is not to be played. Hide this file. Prevent it from download. This is the one that's going to be played on. And I'm going to change the display name to build 3. Should I keep the other builds? Problem is you're going to download them, and it doesn't work when you download a web game. That's a problem. So I don't think if I do Windows build, I will. Yeah. As someone who has Adobe Suite subscription, 100 is a hella cheap. Yeah, definitely. But financials hurdles suck. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're good with that. We're good with $100 a year because it pays itself back really quick for us. But I can see like indies not enjoying that number at first because meh. Yeah, for now it's like, if there are web builds, I don't think it makes sense to just have them around. I could probably make the builds on Windows eventually, but just gonna go with this and just keep the last one. So description, I'm gonna change here, and it's as special white jumping. It's left, right arrows. There we go. And it's down arrow. M to toggle, 0 to reset. You just don't have the format. Keep the format, my dude. There we go. You can check out the left stream. It's good. I think we're Gucci. So I'm gonna do the devlog off stream, but loading first time. Why it says build 2? I thought I changed that. Let's go back. It's build 3. I saved? Question mark? I need a new screenshot. That's true. I'm gonna make a GIF. It's gonna be funny. Can I make a GIF? I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna run a GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? Let's discuss. I'm gonna get the capture tool. You're gonna see me, this capture tool, this is Giphy. Giphy has a tool. I believe it's only Mac, ha ha ha. And, but it's pretty cool. So, I'm gonna play, just to mess around. And it's gonna be long. I'm gonna have to shorten it eventually. It's like, no, I gotta fight, man. Playing alone sucks. Give me this. Give me that. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh, there we go. Boom. Boop. Boop. And I'm keeping this. This is too long, man. I mean, it looks cool, but it's too long. I'm gonna probably shorten it to like here or something. doesn't convey the whole thing. I'm gonna start recording again. Okay, so I'm gonna put them right next to each other at first. And then she dropped. Okay, sure, whatever. GIF and no debate. I agree. So I'm gonna act like there's two players playing. Boom, yes. And then I use the special, and then I have her use the special, and that's it. So this is gonna be like, I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna have like, no, that size is cool. I'm gonna have them on high. No, HD, 60 frames per second. And I'm gonna save this either as a GIF or as an MP4. I'm gonna do both, actually. Yeah, let's go with MP4. This is a very cool tool, actually. What? Gothy? Gothy? How do you pronounce it? What are you talking about? Don't mix me up right now, man. I'm gonna cut this now. Oh, this is an actual image. I'm gonna have to use a GIF later, so let's do this. I'm gonna put them near each other so they can show up a little bit when I take a screenshot. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, I can read them. I want to be, thumbnail is kind of small. It's hella small, so I'm just, I'm gonna put them closer together. Sorry. Probably like this for now. I'm gonna keep this. It's too small. Right. This is better. I'm done. Let's go. Replace cover image. Desktop. Is this you? Yay, they're buddies. Not. I add screenshots. No, but can I upload a video or a trailer? Provide a YouTube video? Come on. I can add a GIF on here, right? It's video. Video embedded code, YouTube Vimeo link. Problem for later. Does Spanish have a made-up word like gothy that can be pronounced not at all like it looks? I don't think Spanish has that. If it does, it comes from another language, like it comes from French or whatever. But mostly French. The French language has like, here are 11 letters. You pronounce 4. But in Spanish, it's like what you see is what you get most of the time. It's like the sounds every letter uses very rarely change, and then change based on local accents and not necessarily depending on the word. It's a funny meme. God, it can be pronounced fish. What the fuck? What do you mean it can't be pronounced fish? It's, what is he? Like, that's not English. That's another language, man. But in the meantime, as I was saying, when it comes to the accents in Spanish, you can have different words pronounced differently. Letter sounds have different sounds depending on the accent. Like the clearest example you have is like what's called like neutral Spanish for Latin America, which is like the language when we have dubs in Latin America. That language is closer to either Colombian Spanish or Mexican Spanish, but still with a very dampened down accent. But it sounds like nothing like the Chilean Spanish or the Uruguayan or Argentinian Spanish, and that's why they call it like neutral Spanish. G as in tough. Oh, Okay, got it. And the idea is, for example, when you have like, if I say rain in Spanish, I would say lluvia, which is the sound of the double L, like lluvia, double L. And for me, it sounds like a SH, lluvia. For somebody else on the continent, it would be lluvia, which is a softer sound, sounds closer to how we make the, like, other countries pronounce the Y sound, as in yo. I would say sho, which is the Rio Platense accent from Argentina and Uruguay. Y's, double L's, and SH's sound like SH on Latin American and Rio de la Plata. Then you have like, I think that's kind of like one of the expected, most noticeable difference in accent when it comes to Latin America. And then you have the Spanish from Spain, like sometimes they call it Iberic Spanish. And that's when you have stronger difference between the S sound, the C sound when it's used as an S, and there's some the Z sound from like set. And that's where the famous Spanish lisp comes from, like the Puss in Boots Spanish, like with the teteo y soy el gato con botas. That kind of stuff, that's from Spain, or it's supposed to mimic the Spanish from Spain, and it has nothing to do with the Latin American Spanish. But yeah, this has been language class by a dude that knows nothing about languages. So cool. But yeah, build is done. Build is up. I'm gonna make a Windows build for the team so they can start tweaking stuff on their end, and I'm gonna try to put the video in here somehow. If it's a GIF or whatever, I'm gonna try. And that's about it. That's about it. I'm probably gonna upload the video elsewhere so it can work here. Does the cover image has to be an actual image? Can it be a GIF? The cover image is used to link to your project from another part of the site. Required minimum, recommended. Fuck you. Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna keep it like this. Probably gonna tweak it later. I'm gonna keep the video for the GIF that I'm gonna share on socials in a while. But that's about it. I'm gonna do the devlog while off too. So hey, thanks for joining. It's been almost 3 hours. I gotta stop now because I've been talking to myself for a long time, and I need some rest. I'm gonna get a coffee and just get back to work, right? So have a good one. Thank you for joining. Always, the always faithful Mohast. And Mr. Mike, you were streaming yesterday, so it makes sense that you couldn't stop by. It makes a lot of sense. And love the stream yesterday. Very cool. And but yeah, I believe you're streaming later today. I'm gonna drop by. It's been very nice to see you streaming and sharing cool stuff. Golazo, Rod. Thank you. Nos vemos por ahí. Ahí sí. There's people from Uruguay watching me as expected. Thank you, folks. Muchas gracias, Shagai. Bienvenido sea. I'm out. Have a good one. How do I shut this off? I lost the button that stops it. Now I found it. Bye.